the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment.
Good morning and welcome to TechWiz, the morning chat show that talks to you about innovating technology in the 21st century. Today we have the privilege of talking to the specialist of the IT industry, but not the usual technology aspect. Let me introduce them to you. Hi there.
Hello. Hey.
Thank you for joining us here today. And can you just start off by telling a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, of course. We are from the National Institute of Medical Technology, and our roles in the industry are to sort out, design and formulate new technology for the less able people out there. I mean, it's such an honourable and a creative job.
I totally agree. We devote most of our time just designing and making sure the ideas are implemented and to see whether they have had any impact on the less abled.
There are many companies out there which focus on preparing specialist hardware and software for the disabled, but we tend to target at preparing specialist hardware for the motor impaired people.
Well, that sounds fascinating. And when you say motor impaired, you mean like they can have a loss of limitation of functions in the muscle, control or movement, such as arthritis, paralysis or loss of limbs.
Mm-hmm.
Can you please name some of the well-known devices?
Well, to start with, you have the mouse stick, puff sock switches, iTyper's one-handed keyboard,
tongue-activated joysticks, the foot mouse, and the head-operated mouse.
Wow, I didn't know they existed. Can you tell us a little bit more about each one of these innovative hardware pieces? Let's start with the foot mouse.
A foot mouse is a type of computer mouse that gives the user the ability to move the cursor and click the mouse buttons with their feet. It is primarily used by users with disabilities or with high back or neck problems, and can be used by a person who has limited or no use in their upper arms. The foot mouse can be used to navigate through software programs and to select things in a similar way as a conventional mouse.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I mean, most mice consist of two segments, but one segment will be used to control the cursor, the second segment is used to click the mouse or to select shortcuts. And most foot mice include straps that help to hold the device in place on the foot during use. And usually a long cable runs from the mouse and plugs into the computer via a USB port.
That's really innovative. What about a puff switch?
Puff sock switches are when you simply suck or puff down a tube in order to activate a switch. The switch is connected to the computer. Specific software running on the computer can take this input and act on it any numbers of ways. Or you can say it is basically a tube placed in the mouth and blown through.
What about a tongue-activated joystick?
It's exactly what it says in the name. A tongue-activated joystick is an input device for users with limited mobility, and a tongue-activated joystick is placed in the mouth and manipulated with the tongue. It can be used in conjunction with a blow-sock tube to move a pointer around and make selections.
I've heard quite a lot about that device, especially from examiners who keep on banging on about the fact that you need to know these particular devices really well for examinations. Well, let's carry on onto the head-operated mouse.
Well, a head-operated mouse simply replaces a standard computer mouse for people who cannot use their hands. It operates from the top of a computer monitor, laptop computer or augmentative communication device and measures the user's head movement. The wireless sensing technology employs infrared light to track a small disposable target that is placed on the user's forehead or glasses.
Thank you. Now take us to the iTyper.
Well, this can be used for people who cannot use a hand or foot to operate a mouse or keyboard. A camera is mounted into the computer and is set to focus on the user's eyes. And the camera determines whether the user is looking, and it monitors movements that are made by the eye. Mouse clicks are done by slow eye blink. In other words, a device that fits into the muscles around the eye, and when the eye is moved, a pointer on the screen moves.
That's really interesting. I mean, an iTyper. Let's move on to the mouse stick.
A device for the physically disabled that enables them to control input through a stick they control with their mouth, and that's pretty much it.
To conclude the chat show for the morning, tell us about the single-handed user keyboard.
The single-handed user keyboard has been specifically designed for single-handed users. It has been designed for touch typing using 4 fingers and a thumb. It uses a non-QWERTY layout and is supplied with exercise teacher layout. This is for users who want to achieve high speed and prepared for something new. and are patient enough to learn a new touch typing technique.
But looking at it from a motor impaired person's perspective, these keyboards often are used by those with severe impairments and have larger individual keys and overall measurements. They also require only a minimum amount of pressure to activate the keys, and for those who are hearing impaired, a light flashes to signify acceptance of input. For those who are visually impaired, an audible click serves the same purpose.
One-handed keyboards often have special shapes and letter layouts.
And there are also software programs that allow the user to type on a standard keyboard with minimal movement.
Thank you so much, the pair of you, for taking time out from work to talk to us here today on TechWiz. I appreciate all the facts that you have told us about these innovative, helpful hardwares for motor impaired.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being in this show, and I think this will surely raise some sort of awareness to the public and those who are in need.
Definitely. I mean, these types of hardware are out there, specifically designed for particular needs. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's it, folks, for this morning. Join me tomorrow for more innovative, interesting facts and ideas about the evolving technology in the 21st century.